The last time Alabama didn't win more than 10 games in a regular season was 2010. According to the over-under total set for the 2018 campaign by South Point Casino in Las Vegas, our friends in the desert aren't betting on the Crimson Tide finishing with fewer than 11 wins for the first time in 8 years. Then again, they aren't exactly all in on you winning 11 or more, either. On surface, over 10.5 wins has the look of easy money. After all, we're talking about a season that will get underway with it taking on a 26-point underdog in Louisville. From there, it's very possible that Alabama will be no less than a 3-touchdown favorite over every opponent it faces prior to the start of November. That sure thing line of thinking, of course, is how Vegas icons like Mo Green made their bones while the rest of us were going out with cheerleaders. Still, the first 8 games on the schedule beg the question, prior to the November gauntlet of LSU, Mississippi State, Auburn, from whom is a real challenge, or two, going to come? In September, Nick Saban's team will follow up the neutral site-led lifter against L with a pair of conference games, Ole Miss and Texas A. Oxford hasn't been the easiest of trips for Alabama since 2014, with the Rebels picking up a win over the Crimson Tide at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium 4 years ago before falling by less than a touchdown in 2016. As for Texas A, the UA opponents set to visit Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall. Looking ahead to October, the second month of the season will offer up 3 opponents, Arkansas, Missouri and Tennessee, who are a combined 0-24 against Saban-coached Alabama teams. Of the trio, Drew Lock and Mizzou figure to represent the strongest challenger of the bunch. Unfortunately for the Tigers, they're also the lone Alabama opponent that will visit Tuscaloosa in October. That brings us to November, a month that has produced 9 of Saban's 20 losses as UA head coach. Of that total, 8 have come at the hands of Mississippi State 2007, LSU 2007, 2010 and 2011, and Auburn 2007, 2010, 2013 and 2017. A traditional November triumvirate, only LSU gets Alabama at home this time around. While no trip to Baton Rouge will ever be described as easy, it's also a place where the Crimson Tide hasn't lost since 2010. That leaves home contests against Mississippi State and Auburn. With Nick Fitzgerald back at quarterback and State home to upper echelon SEC lines of scrimmage, the Bulldogs could be a formidable opponent for a second straight season. As for Auburn, the Tigers will also be built in such a way that will make them capable of winning for the first time at Bryant-Denny since 2010. In addition to the opponents on the schedule, there's also history to consider. During his time at Alabama, Saban has had 3 teams, 2008, 2009 and 2016, run the table in the regular season. Interestingly enough, 2 of those 3 teams are among the 6 he's had at UA that didn't win at all. Again, though, the magic number to cash on the over is 11. Even if Auburn is the default loss assumption for Alabama this fall, who's the other opponent that will keep the Crimson Tide from going over the 10.5, something it hasn't done just twice in Saban's 11 years at the helm? Beware that rusty hook, though. With that bit of advice given, you going over or under the 10.5? Poll.